That's right. You know the music, HSV Radio. Thanks for joining us 9 a.m. Saturday morning. Great to have you back. Great to have you here. Except for those storms, it was hot this week. That's right. Well, welcome to August, right? Yeah, there's your story. Hey, listen, this week, we're going to talk about the evolution of rock and roll music from the 70s to, the 80s, 90s, till kind of their heyday. At one point, there were 3,380 rock stations in North America. 3,380. Yeah, you heard me. But alas, classic country, outlaw country, country pop, bro country, they all just kind of took over. But all that to say, great music all the way through. This morning, we're going to tug on the thread that is radio history, and I think you're going to enjoy it. I look back, and I'm getting excited about some of these songs. Some of them we just don't play. It just doesn't hit our fancy right off. But this one, to me, nothing embodies rock and roll like Chuck Berry. Yes, I believe we would all agree that Mr. Chuck Berry, one of the forefathers there. Well, look, we had Rock Around the Clock with all those guys, and I got it, but just plain simple guitar screaming, yeah. Trust me, your parents and grandparents were screaming about that. Yeah, I promise. This next one, I know that I was a kid and we were a very religious family, and you went to Gower Springs Baptist in Little Rock and lots of other places, and then no problem. It was great and wonderful and a wonderful upbringing. But, I noticed there was a time when there would be a changeover. Like we would be singing in church, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. I'm not complaining. That seemed a little odd to me. But never sang this one in church, but I do recall my parents thinking this was a pretty happening tune. Mr. Don McLean.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I'd deliver. Bad news on the doorstep, I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died. So bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so. Do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage bronc and buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck, but I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone, but that's not how it used to be. When the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, and a voice that came from you and me. Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. The courtroom was adjourned. No verdict was returned. And while Lenin read a book on Marx, the quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark the day the music died. We were singing bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Helter-skelter in the summer swelter, the birds flew off with a fallout shelter. 8 miles high and falling fast, it landed foul on the grass. The players tried for a forward pass, with the jester on the sidelines in a cast. Now the halftime air was sweet perfume, while the sergeants played a marching tune. We all got up to dance, oh, but we never got the chance, 'cause the players tried to take the field. The marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was revealed the day the music died? We started singing bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the met a girl who sang the blues, and I asked her for some happy news, but she just smiled and turned away. I went down to the sacred store where I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wouldn't play. And in the streets the children screamed, the lovers cried and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken, and the three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they caught the last train for the coast the day the music died. And they were singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. They were singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die.
Yep, touring until just the last few years. That was 1971 with Mr. Don McLean and American Pie. You talk about a song that's been on every possible radio, every TV, every commercial. And like I say, the guy was touring. And now, maybe I don't know that much about music, but I don't know that he had a whole lot of top 10 songs, if you know what I'm saying. How many times can I hear... went to the levee, but the levee was dry until, the levee's dry. You know what I'm saying? Dennis Simpson, 9:14 on a beautiful Saturday morning. Yes, it's warm, but God, we love the heat as opposed to that cold thing that's going to be coming in a few months. That said, I want to remind you, coming up a little later today, Mr. Sports and Shorts, Tracy and Mark will be here, and they will be talking about Fountain Lake football. I mean, what is it, 2 weeks away? School started this last Wednesday, people. Hello, wake up. Come on. School, back to school. And they've been doing 2-a-day football practice for 2 weeks now. And man, good Lord. A lot of hard work, a lot of heat out there. Hey, thanks for joining us. Hope you're enjoying our tour through radio. And if you notice, Johnny B. Good, not highly produced, not highly mechanized, not a lot of bass and drums and whatever. There's a guy and a guitar and a drum set and another bass guitar. That was about it, right? American Pie, guy and a guitar mostly. Yeah. But we'll be picking it up here as we go. Beautiful time, beautiful day, time of year. Thanks for being here. And by the way, thank you, KVRE 92.9, for letting us play anything that fits the, and I'm using air quotes, format, because there's no such thing as a format here. We're just, Anyway, and I love it. And they are, gracious, wonderful people, Mr. Tom, Miss Alice, and unfortunately the late Miss Polly, who is dearly and sorely missed. What a sweet, sweet lady that was. I bet you that Miss Polly would be tapping her toes to this next one. Mr. Donald Fagen and the fine folks at Steely Dan. That is the Alive in America album, 1995. Boy, you say it quick. 1995 doesn't sound like that long ago, does it? But anyway, released October the 17th, 1995. I will tell you that this was originally released in 1972, and Steely Dan, Tom Welch, some of these other guys, incredible talents and masterful as you can. I mean, their music still holds up today quite well indeed. Dennis Simpson, 922 from the beautiful shores of Lake DeSoto here in Hot Springs Village. Hope you get out this weekend. Hope you have somebody you want to hang out with and go see. Maybe crack open a beer with. Hey, listen, that was my best impersonation. May not work. I hope it did for you. More great music coming up. We're going to talk about how we basically kind of, we're following rock and roll through the radio genre. Remember, once again, these were not super synthesized. This was not Britney Spears with, 4 different soundtracks playing behind her. These were talented people. Ooh, did I say that? That really knew how to do a show. Oh, and by the way, some of these were known as bladder busters. Because what would happen is that the DJ would have to sit at the station and like Scotty Mac did for a long time, and have to get up and go to the bathroom now and then. Man, reeling in the years, and some of these other ones we're playing today. I can see how American Pie would be a favorite of DJs when it came time to go to the bathroom. Hey, more great songs ahead. Bet you won't know when year this one came out.
Very superstitious. you don't understand, and you suffer. Superstition ain't the way. No, no, no.
Mr. Stevie Wonder. That's right, Mr. Stephen Hardaway Morris. Yeah, American singer, songwriter, musician, record producer, who has sold more than 100 million records worldwide. Stevie Wonder, as he's known, who lost his sight shortly after birth due to rhinopathy, considered one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century. He blends soul, funk, rock, pop, jazz, reggae, African influences. He has laid the foundation for modern R&B. Speaking of that, I want to remind you, we're going to have a Blues Fest coming this next week. That'll be the Chad Marshall Band and the Port City Blues, which is Port City. That's Pine Bluff. Who knew that? I do. Well, I didn't know that, except for the fact that I went to Village Venues and did a show with those fine folks. And you, my friends, I promise, want to go see that show. The Chad Marshall Band. I got good news and bad news. We got tickets. Is the good news. Bad news is it's sold out. Well, I say it's sold out. That's really not a bad thing. It's at the Coronado Center. This will be a great, great event. And thanks for supporting live music. As I said in my show on Village Venues, music is wonderful and great and amazing. But some days, you got to just write a check because music is not free. You got to generate it one way or the other. You get to listen to it on the radio for free. You get to listen to it on my podcast, hsv-radio.com. Plug. But you get to do that as you wish. But I will make note, my friends, it's not in the long term. It's not free. Somebody has to pay for it. So write a check, visit our sponsors, hug somebody here at KVRE. Hell, I'll even take a hug. We'll be right back.
raise your eye. It's only teenage wasteland. Sally, take my hand. We'll travel south cross land. Put out the fire. Don't look past my shoulder. The exodus is here. The happy ones are near. Let's get together before we get much older. Teenage wasteland. It's only teenage wasteland. Teenage wasteland. Oh yeah. Teenage wasteland. They're all wasted.
Yes, that's right. The Who on KVRE 92.9 in Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. I'm your host, Dennis Simpson from the beautiful shores of Lake DeSoto. 35 past the hour, coming up to Mr. Mark and Tracy. At the top of the hour, and we just had at 8 o'clock, we had Mr. Scotty Mack. Great show from him. As always, those tunes get you thumping and thinking, don't they? And I hope that those tunes were a natural transfer or a transition to this show, because these early 70s, you say, well, Dennis, that and Diane and I were just talking about that, that's The Who and Baba O'Reilly, or somebody call it Boba Fett, whatever, but that was 1971. Now, just to show you the transition that we're talking about, we had American Pie, chung 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 chung, plain old guitar, yeah. And we had Johnny B. Good playing guitar, dun 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 dun. Now we have super synthesizers and super, layers and layers of tracks on The Who, and it's kind of the second wave of the British invasion. Those Brits coming over to the Yanks and coming to see us. So amazing music. All this is in 1971, 72, in that ballpark. 72 was Stevie Wonder's Superstition, which was good and funky, but had some kind of, had a lot of horns in it. This next one, I'll tell you her story in just a minute.
Yourself go my coffee, clouds in my coffee, and you're so vain. We probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. I'll bet you think this song is about you. Don't you? Don't you? When I hear you went up to Saratoga and your horse naturally won, then you flew your Learjet up to Nova Scotia to see the total eclipse of the sun. When you're where you should be all the time, and when you're not, you're with some underworld spy or the wife of a close friend, wife of a close friend, and you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. I'll bet you think this song is about you. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you.
That's right. You guessed it. The former Miss James Taylor. Did you see that one coming? No? Did you? No, you didn't see that part where she was James Taylor's wife, and yeah, you know, yeah. Well, okay. Well, let's play that part of the game here real quick. Miss Carly Simon just happened to marry Mr. James Taylor, but you know, Carly Simon was super popular, super successful. But let's remember where she came from. Let's see. Her father, Richard L. Simon, co-founder of Simon and Schuster. Remember that? Simon and Schuster, the big book company, publisher, and a classical pianist who often played Chopin and Beethoven at their home. Her mother, Andrea Niemann, was a civil rights activist and a singer. Her father was German, Jewish family, and her mother was Catholic. You could have taken oil and water and tried to blend them back in those days, but you wouldn't have. Yeah, you wouldn't have done a better job. You wouldn't have, and I mean, Carly was going to be, let's see, people think I'm an heiress, she said. She pointed out that she had in her last note, she had inherited $60,000 of the millions that her father received for his stake in his company. I'm a working girl. I've been working. My parents did not give me a big allowance. Her first hit, That's the Way That Boy Heard It Should Be, came out in 1971. This one came out in 1972. Man. You're so vain. And boy, I tell you what, she actually, I think it was Warren Beatty. I think she wouldn't nail it down, but that's who it sounded like. You know, he was kind of vain, right? Yeah, I wanted to make a note before I played this next song. I just want to remind you, some bands have self-censored. Yeah, I'm not making this up. Cher no longer does the song Gypsy. Gypsies and tramps and thieves, people you from the town, for the people they called us thieves, tramps and thieves. Yeah, she doesn't do that song anymore because it's not politically correct anymore. Who moved? We'll get on that later. This next group no longer performs this song either because they think it may not be appropriate in today's time and date. I think it's complimentary. I think it's fun. I think it's great rock and roll. But I'll tell you what, you tell me, you be the judge. hsv-radio.com. Type me a comment. I'd love to hear the story. Or youtube.com, Dennis R. Simpson. Look me up. Give me a write-up. Hey, cuss me for all I care. No, seriously. Well, don't do that. But I mean, tell me what you think about this song, and should it be banned or should it be self-banned anymore?
Gold Coast
Yes, sir, Rudy Bub. That was the Stones and the Mr. Mick Jagger and all his buddies that are apparently rock and roll vampires that never die. And typically, if you think about it, you don't see them in the daytime either, do you? No. They're always around cute young things that look like they're, having the blood sucked out of them. So, I mean, anyway, I digress with that theory, but it's an interesting theory. That's the Rolling Stones, Brown Sugar, 1971. Now, you probably are used to hearing the 2009 remix of that, which doesn't sound anything really like the first part does. I was trying to play the simple guitar chords and the simple part that you see there, but once again, they literally have self-banned themselves. They don't play that song anymore, and neither here nor there. It really doesn't matter to me. Nobody has called me asking my opinion yet, but let me just show you a little something. And this is what they changed it to in 2009 that you and I probably didn't even remember. When I started playing the song, I thought, this doesn't sound like the version I'm familiar with, because it sounds like... Yeah. I know the likes of you. Some of you people right there at the end said, why don't you play it again? It's pretty good. It is a great song. It really is great. Incredible. If you've gone back and had the opportunity to look and see some of the ways that old rock was recorded, it's amazing. Anyway, Brown Sugar and a lot of these, they actually tapped the African-American Negro market to get singers from gospel choirs and have them come in and sing late at night on songs, as you can tell. Hey, more great music. Goodness, it's 49 past the hour, people. What have we done?
Something that's known to change the weather. But a California cough and I
Mr. Reginald Dwight. You know him as Sir Elton Hercules John. That's who you know him as. Over 300 million records. This came out in 1972. And it's a classic to everybody. 1973, and we love it. You know we all do. It's incredible. This week we're running short. I got to cut it out of here and let you know Mr. Les Brown says, I love this one. Avoid head trash. Do not be a garbage can for anything that does not feed your intellect, stimulate your imagination, or make you a more compassionate, peaceful person. Refuse to open your mind to other people's trash. Tune out anything that promotes conflict. This can infect you with a mind of a virus of cynicism or defeat, and you will not even know it. Be deliberate about setting up your day to win. Whatever you feed your mind in the first 30 minutes of the day will impact the spirit of your day. Saturate yourself with positive words that fuel your energy and ignite your spirit. Your thoughts create your reality, you know. Create an extraordinary life. Because, my friends, you have greatness within you. We're running short. It's great to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in every week here. From myself, my lovely wife, my pretty red dog, we hope you have a wonderful week. We hope you have somebody in your life that you want one more day with. We'll see you next week.
Last night I had a crazy dream. Wish was granted just for me. It could be for anything. I didn't ask for money or a mansion in Malibu. I simply wished for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, baby, I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. First thing I do is pray for time to crawl. I'd unplug the telephone, keep the TV off. I'd hold you every second, say a million I love yous. That's what I do with one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, maybe I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, maybe I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day. Wishing still one more day. Leave me wishing still one more day with you.